Welcome back. Another episode of Raising Real Estate Standards. Today we're going to delve into our team. And I know you guys know, as real estate agents and brokers, we touch so many different industries with a residential purchase that it's important that you have a team surrounding you, because you can only be an expert in so much. So today we were happy to have a Miss lball with Cinch Home Warranties.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, and she's coming into with us today. She's been a part of our team for quite some time, in a lot of different, in a couple of different,
Venues.
Yeah, different things.
Yeah.
And so it's important to not just the company, but the people that represent the companies are important. And Linda's been with us for 20-some years as part of our team. Yes. So welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that, both Mark and Brian.
I was going to say, Linda, why don't you take a second, introduce yourself, talk about how you've been a part of our team for 20-plus years.
Yeah, well, thanks. Well, the cool thing, and actually I've been working with real estate agents for 40 years. And so
there's no way.
Yeah, there is a way.
There are people watching this video right now, and they're like, there's no way you've been doing anything for 40 years.
I promise. So I was in marketing for real estate agents, and I did the real estate book. And I think agents that are 35 years and under probably don't even know what I'm talking about when I talk about the real estate book. But I was a publisher for years and years, and Barbara, your mom, was one of my clients early on, and I had a blast. And so I've always enjoyed working with agents, and I appreciate what they do. It is a wild career, and I just like being a part of it. And so a couple of years ago, when I was getting out of publishing, I decided to go into warranty because I thought it would be something that would be helpful for the agents and their clients. And so I've gotten a little bit more involved with that side of it, working with homeowners and clients and agents, and I have really enjoyed doing it. So I get to keep working with all those great people I love.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, we talk a lot about relationships in this business.
Yep.
And we were talking about this before we went on. But, Linda's one of the best relationship people in this business. And that's what she's done for the 40 years she's been doing this, is she's had these wonderful relationships with the agents. And it's key to have relationships with your team members. It really is. It's key to do that. I mean, first of all, why do you need a team? We can't do everything on our own. So we always need to have people to reach out to.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Oh, you know what? Absolutely. And we were just talking about this a minute ago. If an agent calls me and has a question about warranty, or a homeowner calls me and has a question, or, and I pick up the phone, I answer the phone, I'm talking, they're like, they're shocked. And that is so crazy, because we are a relationship business, and it's all about customer service.
Right.
They're shocked because you picked up the phone and called them. I know,
Yes.
It's the world we live in. Yeah, so I get it. They're surprised you didn't send an LOL text message or an emoji with a thumbs up or something like that. An actual phone call where there was content and there was back and forth.
Yes, absolutely. So one of the things that has changed so much in the last couple of years, and I know it's part of it, of course, is because of COVID and stuff like that, but this market currently, right now, is the craziest market I have ever seen since I have been working with real estate agents. So actual, transactions, real estate sales are, last year, it was 6.12 million transactions. That is as high as it has been since 2006. And I was in 2006, and that was a wild market. And then the other thing, and this goes back and forth, but there are more real estate agents in the market now than there have ever been. And of course, you've got less listings, less inventory. I think it's about as low as it has been. It's like 1.8 months, in inventory. And so with all that going on, everything is wicked fast, right?
Yep.
I mean, buyers are trying to, they're scrambling, agents are scrambling, everybody is going quick. And so this is like, the most competitive, craziest market we've ever been in. And so you would almost think warranty is going to be high in that same scenario. It's not. And I think, what has happened is everything is going so fast that, buyers are afraid to ask for a warranty. Sellers are saying, I don't need to, put a warranty on, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, appliances are still going to break.
That's right.
Right? Systems and appliances. 1 out of 5 systems and appliances will break the first year that a homeowner is in. As a matter of fact, Zillow did a survey of homeowners that had been in their home 1 year or less. And they said, what's your biggest regret? And they said, unexpected repairs.
Yeah.
They're not happy. And so we have to think about, so what did, why were agents using warranty, prior to COVID? And a lot of it was a risk management piece.
Sure.
It was all about like post-closing litigation.
Absolutely. So when an agent is, those that are listening to us, I mean, we all know that warranties to be honest with you, they're there for risk mitigation. They're
Yes.
there to financially help you when something breaks.
Yep.
Is the product.
Yep.
And agents prior to COVID, as you mentioned, it was easier to negotiate that expense, that upfront expense that the seller paid, because they weren't dealing with 28 offers to look at. And so it was easy for the buyer's agent that typically initiates a warranty purchase to put that into the contract.
Yep.
However, it still doesn't remove the risk. The risk is still there.
Exactly.
And so as we're going through, I mean, we're agents are supposed to be the professionals in giving the great advice and helping people that are purchasing something that they do maybe once, 2, 3 times in their lifetime.
Sure.
And they're supposed to be giving advice. And prior to COVID, the advice was get a warranty. Post-COVID, don't get a warranty. Well, to me, that doesn't make sense. It's just a matter of, okay, who's paying for the warranty?
Yes.
Because a lot of times warranties make sense. Sometimes they don't.
Yes.
A lot of times they do. And so I think it's important for us as professionals and experts in our field to look at the picture beyond the sale and look at this as a relationship, as we've talked about. I have a relationship with my client that's going to go buy a house. I want this to be a great relationship. Well, if I encouraged my client who was buying a 1980s house with a 1980s HVAC system that is currently still working to get a home warranty, and something happens and then they're covered, that relationship has just flourished because of my expertise to encourage them to look at those opportunities at that time, even though a seller might not pay for it. So as we walk through and do this dance of the negotiation and the conversation of buyer, seller, and the multiple offers, walk us through how those conversations could go with a borrower or a buyer and a seller to make sure that they're being protected.
Well, and I will tell you this too. So I have a friend that's an agent, and she, does a lot of listings. She works mainly with sellers. And I asked her about it. I said, so what do you do? Because you have a warranty on every single listing that you have. And she goes, it's so easy. So what I do is, I go to the listing presentation, we go through it, we establish the list price. You're okay with the list price? Yep, I'm fine. So she turns around and she goes, well, you know what? We're going to go up $500 more on the list price. and we're going to include a warranty. And here's why. Because we're going to protect you for any unexpected, situations.
Yep.
So during the listing period, and then it's going to convert over to the buyer. And oh, by the way, it's going to help you from a marketing standpoint. Your house is going to stand out from all the other homes that are out there. You don't pay anything until closing. So you are virtually getting coverage during the listing period at no cost to you. And then, of course, you've just raised the list price, so you're really not going to be paying for that coverage during the listing period.
I want you to repeat that for a second. We talked about a different segment of agents that are in the market. Those 35 and under agents that may or may not have heard of the real estate book. I want to make sure we kind of key on this because this is important.
Yeah.
A lot of agents don't understand that if you put a home warranty on a listing, and what at that point you do, you have basically said, I am the seller. I'm going to agree to buy a home warranty.
Yes.
And I'm going to pass it over to whoever purchases my house at the time of closing. But what you get when you commit to buy that warranty is that you yourself, as seller, you're going to get coverage for things that may come up during an inspection. Things that need to be repaired, things that need to be taken, having a look at, and then you're gonna get that coverage. You're not gonna have to spend the big bucks on some of these things that come up, and you're still gonna be able to pass on this warranty that's gonna go into effect for the new home, the people purchasing the property. Correct?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, what's kind of interesting, not that it applies during this market, but you could have potentially a seller that if their house was on the market for 6 months and then you can renew the warranty for 6 more months, potentially your seller could have a year worth of coverage at no cost.
Wait a second. Did you say on the market for 6 months?
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
I know.
I'm going to say that we do not have a rational seller if they're on the market for 6 months.
I haven't had that come up very often in the last 2 years, right? But just to know that is actually available to them, and then it rolls to the buyer, and then the buyer has it for a year.
Sure.
And so, and then some of the other things is if you've got a house that's older systems, older appliances, it kind of levels the playing field if they're competing against new construction, because they say, we're covering the major systems and appliances, and we're covering plumbing within the home and electrical within the home. So, and then the other thing that comes up quite often is if they have systems and appliances that are older, we don't have any restrictions on, as long as they are working properly for their age, we're good. We're going to cover or we're going to replace depending on the scenario. And so that has taken some of that angst away from the buyer, right? Because like during due diligence or whatever, and the buyer's going, look, we've made the offer. We're paying a lot of money for this. We're a little nervous about this. But if they have a warranty in place, and also the seller is not going to be willing if the systems are older, but they're working properly, they're not going to turn around and replace them because the buyer wants to replace them. They're not going to do that.
Sure.
And so that's why I just think more than ever, warranty is so important.
Absolutely.
On both sides of this.
I think there's two big pieces for a real estate agent if you're saying, hey, where's the value in it for me? Number one is, what real estate agent loves a transaction with issues? Okay? This covers that. This takes care of some issues that may pop up. But the biggest one is, the biggest value I see for a real estate agent would be the unknown of a problem-solving situation. So follow me here for a second. You've got an agent who represents either a seller or buyer, whatever, and has talks them into going ahead and doing this. Nobody wants to incur an extra expense. I mean, it's a tough sell from that standpoint, especially in this market. So They say, oh, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's go ahead and do it. It's $500. It's insurance, essentially.
Yep.
You know, best thing with insurance is you never have to use it, right?
Right.
So they do that and they have to use it. Now the consumer's coming back and going, Mark, thank you so much for talking me into this. That is a value to that real estate agent that they're not going to be able to get any other way. That therein lies, okay, I've just plugged myself into being the best real estate agent for this person at this time, and it just goes on and on and on.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know, let's kind of bring it back to the purpose of this podcast.
Okay.
You know, and the name of the podcast is Raising Real Estate Standards. And in so many ways, the standards within the real estate in the industry are being diminished because people are trying to find the easy button. And the easy button a lot of times is not having a conversation that needs to be had.
That's a great point.
And it is important that, you know, if you are planning on being in this industry for any period of time, longer than 2 years, 3 years, you need to be able to have conversations that may or may not be comfortable and the person on the other side want to hear right now, i.e., Mr. Buyer, seller's not willing to pay for this warranty. Mm-hmm. It's important for you to have it. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you why. Here are the reasons why you need to consider this. Mm-hmm. And what you've done at that point when you have that conversation is while they may be looking at spending some more money, it's the relationship, like you said, in 3, 6, 8 months down the road, mm-hmm. when, you know, they've already put forth so much money into this house. They've gone in and they've updated the kitchen. They've done all this stuff. And then, oh, by the way, boom, they've spent all this money and something else goes wrong and they don't have it. It's just not there. They've tapped out. But yet you had this instrument in place to be able to help them. You're the hero.
Yeah.
You're the hero.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the number of heroes in the real estate world are reduced or decreasing a lot right now because they're not willing to take the time to have that difficult conversation. Yeah.
And I don't know if part of it is too that maybe agents aren't comfortable talking about warranty. They don't know that much about it. I don't know if that is the case or not, but that's also what I'm here for too.
Yeah.
I'll have a conversation with your client and just talk to them and walk through the process with them. If that helps. Convert them to doing a warranty. So, and I tell you something else too that has happened with COVID that's kind of interesting. So, I have a Cinch warranty, and we had a refrigerator 16 months old, and so it's not in manufacturer's warranty anymore. It's rolled off of that. The compressor broke. So we had the service provider came out, they diagnosed, they figured it out. They said, it's a compressor, okay. But guess what? Can't get the part. Can't get the compressor, right? So
sitting on a boat in the Pacific Ocean?
That's exactly where it was. It's like, but no, it's not coming. Yeah. So what ended up happening is we can't find the part. Cinch is going to do the right thing, and they ended up replacing my refrigerator. So what has happened is we've had less warranties, but we've had more claims, and the claims are more expensive because we're doing the right thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have, there's a supply chain issue in some cases. Now, we're very lucky because we're actually the largest privately owned warranty company in the country. We have a lot of manufacturers that we work with and stuff, so we're able to work with a lot of people getting parts in. But I'm just saying, in that particular instance, what would have happened to me if I hadn't had a warranty? I would have been getting a new refrigerator.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, warranty, we have delved down all the reasons why, the conversations that need to be had. Walk us through some of your partnerships that you have with agents and how they can utilize working with Cinch to help elevate their business and help them with having conversations with potential clients. What sort of marketing capabilities do you have out there that agents can lean into?
Well, and we do. Here's one thing that I do, even though I know some people are getting tired of Zooms and stuff like that. But I do a lot of Zoom workshops with these agents to get them familiar with, our products and stuff. And of course, we have an advertising team, marketing team nationally that puts out, a lot of content. On Facebook and Instagram and all that talks, about warranty. We do a lot of things to engage,
Sure.
With clients for sure.
Awesome.
So, and like I said, I'm here. So any agent can reach out to me and ask me whatever question. It's funny because, and we were talking about this too, like buyers, for instance. The seller isn't going to pay for a warranty for them, and the buyer is looking at it and going, I don't want to, I didn't want to put a warranty on the initial offer, right? Think about due diligence. Timing is everything. Now you've got, an inspection report that's in, and you've got older systems. They're working properly, but a buyer's agent at that point can reach out to the seller and say, look, my buyer is a little bit nervous about this. They've paid top dollar. Here we are, older systems and stuff. I think we can get this to the finish line if you will talk with your seller and consider paying $500 towards a warranty.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll be okay because of, the fact that older systems and appliances will cover as long as they're working properly. And then your seller is going to have protection against litigation after the close. Sometimes I tell agents, I go, so do you want to sell warranty or do you want to be warranty?
Yeah.
Because, you'll have a buyer that's going to reach back out to you a month into, and they call you on the phone and go, I'm having an issue. What do I do now? You don't want to be in that. If I'm there, then it just goes to me.
Yeah.
Call Linda.
In the state of North Carolina, we get that's a phone call. That's a question I get from agents all the time, and they know the answer. We've talked about it. We've trained on it. They went and got a license, and there's schooling all over. North Carolina is a buyer beware state. Yeah. When you buy this house, you take ownership, warts and all, unless you're buying a new construction that has a specific guarantee of structure warranty. The buyers buy the house, warts and all. And if you have the ability to be able to provide someone who can take care of the warts after you've bought it, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the biggest thing with this is just peace of mind. Having that peace of mind.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. It makes me feel good when I have a homeowner that reaches back out to me and goes, thank you so much for helping me work, through this process. Or I have an agent that will reach out to me and say, you guys did a great job. Thank you so much. They think I hang the moon.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, it is.
To continue to be a part of it.
I can't encourage some of our newer agents that have entered the marketplace in the last couple of years that have only experienced this irrational market that we're in. It's not always going to be this way. I encourage you to take a little bit of time, learn about the product, learn about the companies that are out there, and educate yourself. Because this is something that is it's important to have in your toolbox, because there are going to be circumstances that it's not only a good thing, it's a necessary thing. Yeah. And if you don't know about it, shame on you, because you're the expert and you're the one. The real estate agent is the one who is driving this ship. And if they don't take the time to learn about all the stuff that's out there, all the products, services that touch a real estate transaction, you are not raising your standards, and you are not living up to being the best agent for your clients. Period.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
well, Linda, we appreciate you coming in.
Yes.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a partner of ours for so long.
Thank you.
If anybody needs or has questions about the home warranty process, Linda is always available. We will drop her contact information in the show notes and in the comments. So if anybody needs to get a hold of you, we will point them in your direction.
Thank you so much, you guys. I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Until next time.
See you guys.